a new adventure. Today we are going to Sleeve League, I believe is how you pronounce it. They are the second tallest cliffs in Ireland. They're almost like double the height of Cliffs of Moher. So a little bit of a backstory here. We were supposed to do a hike that took us to the tallest cliffs in Ireland, but due to the weather, that was called off. So we're gonna just go see the second tallest, and that'll be good enough for us. So anywho, we're going there now, and we will catch you guys in a little bit. So, as per usual, as you can see,
you can see nothing.
You can see nothing. So we're climbing up anyways, just to say we've been there. We made ourselves a little road snack. Get some energy for this climb, but who knows? Maybe we'll see something, maybe we won't.
That's the view. So good, right?
Wow, so beautiful.
Oh, wah, wah, wah. Second tallest cliff in all of Ireland. Wow. Too bad, but in any case, there's a lobster roll cart up here, or get something. All right, lobster roll. Let's give it a go.
What a view.
Ta-da! Majestic Coke can on the second highest cliff of Ireland.
We're making the most of it, people.
Ah, well. I guess this means we gotta come back here too. We didn't get a view.
We got a lobster roll. Tastes good.
Better than nothing.
So everyone, we have made it to our next destination. I believe this place is called Crohy Head. And yeah, it's supposed to be a really pretty arch in the ocean. And you are able to go down to the bottom of it, I believe, but only at low tide. So keep that in mind.
Wow!
Welcome to Crohy Head Sea Arch. That's impressive, you guys. I love it. So we didn't get to see the second tallest cliffs, but hey, we got to see a sea arch, and I'd say that makes up for it.
We've seen cliffs already this trip. We haven't seen that. Awesome.
Yeah, down there.
Where'd you go?
Right by the sign, you have to kind of hop the fence.
Oh, right.
Yeah, to the right of the sign. Yeah,
Alright.
it's amazing.
But at least the mist is lifted.
Yeah, no, you get some breaks of sun. It's beautiful. Have fun.
So we're back on the road. The sea arch was super cool, but now we are off to find a shipwreck. I believe this is called Bunbag Shipwreck.
So the ship is called Cara Namara. It's a fishing vessel that got stuck on the shore back in the 1970s, and it's been stuck there ever since. And we're gonna go and check it out now. Hopefully the tide is low enough by the time we get there that we can actually get up to it. But I guess we'll see once we get there.
And the name actually in English means friend of the sea,
Oh yeah.
which is also kind of cool.
The sea was not its friend though.
Nope.
Well, here we are at the shipwreck. Wow. Look at that. Crazy. That's pretty cool, huh? Friend of the sea, no more.
Alright, now we're gonna go find our camp spot. I'm not sure where that's gonna be. It's a little dry out here for dry camping. So I know for sure one, maybe two of the spots that I picked are a no-go. So I have one. If that doesn't work, we will
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out. Well, this is home for the night.
Yeah. Here on this cliff by the water, making some dinner. Alright. Pretty simple. Rice and beans with chicken.
Yep, we have like 4 cans of beans we needed to get through.
Yeah.
Hey guys, good morning. So we've just crossed the border into Northern Ireland. So for those of you that don't know, Northern Ireland is not part of Ireland. It's a different country. It's actually part of the UK. But really the biggest change for us now that we're in Northern Ireland is that the currency is now the British pound instead of the euro. And other than that, there was no like border crossing of any kind. But yeah, so we're here in Northern Ireland and we're about to go to a beach.
500 meters at the roundabout.
Don't go too far down the beach. Stay like
Stage 2 of the Scottish
closer
Open
to
Golf.
this.
You have arrived.
Our first time ever driving onto a beach. Oh dear God.
Yeah. Right on the beach.
Hopefully we don't get stuck.
And it's free. So we're kind of winding down here. Last couple of days in Ireland before we head back home. Got a lot of other big stuff coming. We haven't actually announced it yet, but like this van was cool. Van life, I learned a lot doing van life this trip, for sure. A good like intro into it and how to deal with like the ins and outs of traveling around in a van. There were some nice parts for sure. Just the convenience of having everything with you at all times. Like that's really cool. Like we pull over on the side of the road, have some lunch. You know, you can't really do that in our trailer. I enjoyed it. It was cool. So since we're here just chilling on this beach, we're not doing much else today. We're just gonna be hanging out here for the rest of the day. I figured it'd be a good time to just give you guys kind of a tour of this van that we rented and give you an idea of what kind of features it has and what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. So if you ever come to Ireland and you want to rent a van for yourself, this video will hopefully give you an idea of what you can expect and what you're getting yourself into. So here we are. Here's our van that we rented. It's made by a company called Weinsberg. The model name is 600MQ. Built off a Fiat chassis. It's a Fiat Ducato with a 2.3 liter diesel engine. It's all right. It was pretty interesting to drive for sure. Not a lot of power or anything, but I mean, you're not supposed to expect power for something like this. Front wheel drive, nothing too special, but it was still able to get on this beach with no problems. So that was a nice plus. It's got a 80 liter freshwater tank and it's got a cassette toilet. It was our first time dealing with a cassette toilet. That was pretty interesting, but it worked out fine. It's got electrical hookups. Not a very off-grid friendly rig. I guess you could make it into one, but we just have the one 12-volt battery that barely even lasts a whole day off-grid. So we were definitely having to deal with that while we were going. But it charges up as you drive. So as long as you kind of keep moving every day or two, you should be okay. There's Dana. All right, here we are in the inside of the van. I guess we'll start from the front and work our way back. So 2 seats that swivel, that's really nice. Be able to sit around this dinette and eat together. You can see I got this whole giant mess of cables here right now. This is kind of like our mobile charging station for all of our different things while we're driving, our camera gear, our phones, things like that, right? Right-hand drive, everything in Ireland. Steering wheel's on the right, different from what you're used to back home. And you also drive on the left side of the road, so that took a little bit of getting used to. Manual transmission, pretty much everything here in Europe is manual transmission, so know that coming in and make sure you know how to drive manual. Wasn't a problem for us, but it definitely did take some getting used to, especially the first couple of days while we were first getting out there. A lot of the roads here in Ireland are really narrow and you just gotta be careful. All right, swinging around. So yeah, like I said, the chairs swivel around so everything can kind of face the dinette. I guess if you really wanted to, you could seat 4 people around all this, but not recommended. It is very tight in here. Oh, also, this table, terrible. It's just held on by like a little hinge on the one side, and then it's just kind of free floating. So you really don't want to put a lot of weight on this because you're gonna break something. So I don't know why they designed it that way. It really should have a leg or something like that that kind of pops out and supports it, but hey, what do I know? So anyway, there's a little storage bin down there. That's where we've been throwing all of our dirty laundry. You guys don't need to see that, but it's actually a very nice space to kind of keep it all out of the way. Up here is dried food storage. So we got a bunch of groceries and stuff we just threw up here.
These two are pointless, almost.
Well, yeah, because like, I don't know, they have a little bit of a lip, but like since they're exposed, you put anything in here, they're just gonna come flying out. Especially with the roads here in Ireland, there's a lot of rough roads and you're kind of bouncing around all the place. And I'm sure van people already know this, but van suspension's not great and you really feel a lot of the bounce and stuff like that. So putting stuff that's just kind of exposed, it'll probably go flying.
Like on our first day,
Yeah.
just to get ideas.
Oh shit, what was that?
That was your computer.
All right, moving on to here. Here's the kitchen. So we kind of lift these up. You got a sink and 2 burners. No, these are spaced really close together, so you kind of need to have small pots and pans. The ones that we were given were quite large, so it's hard to fit 2 things here at once. You got some power here. Yeah, really the only power that's available here in this van when the engine's not running is this. So there's 2 batteries in this van. There's the one that's connected to the engine, so when you're driving, and there's one that's deep in the back there that's just for all the van accessories like the lights and the water pump, things like that, right? So there's a 12-volt plug here that you can use to connect to the house battery. This doesn't work unless you are connected up to shore power. And here's some light switches. Here, just a bunch of plates and cups, things like that. All right, so this drawer here, you got silverware, you got cooking utensils. When we rented it, it came with this dishwashing fluid, but not cooking oil. We had to buy that separately. Same with the salt, we had to buy that separately. And next, you got pots and pans, things like that, cutting board, nice to have. Underneath, it's just more extra storage. We've actually thrown some of our garbage and some of our backpacks in here. Same with this one, just more backpacks, things like that. Here's the fridge. One thing to know about this fridge, it's a 12-volt fridge, which was a surprise to me. I was really hoping for a propane fridge because this thing sucks a lot of power and you probably can only go a couple days before it's drained all your battery, even on its lowest setting. So yeah, pretty small, but gets the job done. We were able to fit some good amount of food in there. Got a couple of hooks here for hanging our jackets and things like that. Bathroom, turn the light. So you got a wet bath. Our first time with a wet bath. That was pretty interesting, huh? We're not a fan of how the shower functions. The water pressure from this was terrible, but maybe that was just because this van is kind of old. So you got a wet bath. You set up like a curtain that goes all the way around this thing, and then you can have a sort of quote shower. I wouldn't really call it a shower, but you can sort of have a little bit of a rinse off. You got some extra storage in all these areas, things like that. Yeah. So like I said, cassette toilet, you gotta empty it once every couple of days. It wasn't really a problem. We're used to having like a black tank at home, which was nice. But here you gotta physically take it out and go dump it places. And sometimes it's hard finding places to do it at, but we've made do. You go to real campgrounds and things like that. So there's the bathroom. Oh, I forgot to kind of go over this. This is like the command center for the van. So you got all of your gauges for like your battery and your fresh water tank. is to turn on the pump, things like that. This is to turn on like the heating system and the hot water heating system. All right, moving along to the back. So we got our bed here. This bed was actually decently comfortable, I gotta say, for being a van bed. Like the mattress is not super thick. It's like a folding style mattress. It folds 3 times. And yeah, actually pretty comfortable. We were actually joking about how it's actually a little bit more comfortable than our bed in the trailer, just because in the trailer, on this side of the bed, it kind of like scoops up because this would be the front of the trailer. So it kind of like loses a bit of a headroom and whatnot when you're lying on the far side. Here we are with more storage on either side. We got our clothes, we got my huge mess of camera gear that I probably should have organized a little better, but whatever, it worked fine. And on the other side, we got more clothes storage. Full of windows out the back, got a vent up here, and we also have a skylight here. Oh yeah, and every single window has kind of like these double shades going on. You can either have sort of like a thin shade or a blackout shade. So that's nice and handy. Same with the front windshield and stuff like that, so you can totally black out this entire thing when you go to bed. All right, here we are outside, opening up the back. So you can see data over there. This is where the bed is. And underneath, it's just like kind of the garage section. Right now we just have, you know, hoses and power cables, a couple of chairs. Behind here is where they store the propane bottles. There's these little vents all around the van. It's actually got ducted heating, which is nice because it's nice and quiet and it works great.
Nowhere for your shoes.
Yeah, we brought lots of shoes, like hikers and casual shoes and runners and stuff like that. So this part got messy real fast, but maybe we should have just brought less shoes.
We should have brought less clothes in general.
Yeah.
Way too much clothes. Like, I thought I would be wearing all of my clothes. I think I've worn 3 t-shirts.
So yeah guys, that's about it. Pretty fast tour. When it comes to pre-built vans and things like that, this is a pretty standard layout, but it worked, it was functional. So yeah guys, I guess that's about it. Not too much more to this video to say. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this gives you sort of an idea of what to expect if you're coming to Ireland and you're gonna rent a camper van. These are the issues and things that we liked and we didn't like about this. So with that in mind, we're gonna sign off on this one. Thanks again for joining us guys. My name is Mike.
I'm Dana.
We're Let's Just Go Travel. We'll see you guys on the next one and hopefully more adventures to come.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey.